this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie coming back to you with part 2 of my grungy winter journal. So today what I want to do is work on the rest of the cover. So let me show you some things that I have, and also let me show you an addition to the signatures. So I found this piece of doily and I like this right there. So I want that to show up. So I think what I want to do is put that here. This is all pretty grungy. This fabric I think is really grungy, so I think that works really well. But for the inside, I have added a piece of fabric here. Let me just lay this flat. And I want to add these pieces here, but they're definitely too stark white for me. So I'd like to grunge these up before we put them in. And also, I have found some digitals that I found from a shop called Pixel Paper Crafts ST. I will put all the links below. So let me show you the addition I did to these signatures from the other day. So I have found these gorgeous digitals. And so I have added 2 in each of the signature. So that's one of them. And then this is the second one. Aren't they gorgeous? They go just perfectly. So that's in that signature. Everything else is the same in the signatures from the first video. This is the only addition. And then these are so pretty. Definitely needed them. I just ran across them. I just felt like I needed something else. Also, what I want to do on these pages are pretty white to me as well. And so I want to do some grunging on those. So this is the last one. Let's see. There's one more in here. Here it is. And then this one. Just love them. Super grungy, perfect for this journal. So what I want to do is I want to work on these pieces over here. So let's get messy. Okay, I've got my mat out and I've picked out some colors. I have Scorched Timber. I have Speckled Egg, and Vintage Photo, and Rusty Hinge. So I decided to use the stamp pads. I have the sprays as well, but I didn't want to go all crazy with sprays, so I think I want to try it out with this. Now, one of the things that I'm going to add to the cover, and I've done this a few times, is I found this, and it reminded me of a temperature. So you can see what the temperature is. It just reminded me of that. I know it goes a little higher than that, but it just looked like something that would be fun for the winter. And so I want to put it on here, and then I want to put this over it and this over the top, but of course they're not grungy enough. So thermometer, that was the word I was looking for, thermometer. Okay, so I want to also grunge these up. So let's just start with some Vintage Photo, and I'm just going to put it on my mat. Add some water, and then let's just dip it, and let's see what we can come up with. Put that aside, and let's go ahead and do this one. Just want to add some grunge to it, and we'll add some other colors. Okay, I have some left, so let's just start with this. So we've got all of that. Oh, let me show you one more thing. So I also made some of these clusters. And these are just from a piece of fabric, a piece of lace that's scrap. And then I found these. They're, I don't know, it's kind of fabric-y, but I'm not really sure what they're made of. And they had some pearls in the center that I took off. And then I layered these on and I sewed a button to the top. So I also want to grunge these. I have an idea for putting these throughout the journal, so I've made these. So let me just do a little grunging on those as well. Okay, let's go with some rusty hinge. Should have worn gloves, but I always forget. I always forget. Okay, I am going to go ahead and dry these now, and then we're going to continue on with the other two colors that I have, which are Speckled Egg and Scorched Timber. Okay, so I have dried these. This is what they look like so far. Got this. So now let's add some of the other two colors, and let's see how we end up. Okay, this is what we have so far. So I love that. So let's just take a look to see how this will look on the front. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. And then having all of this dark around here. Yeah, I do like that. And then this is the ring and the circle that will create my thermometer. So it'll go like this. And then I also have, I'll show you in just a second. So this will go like this. Of course, it'll be glued down, so it'll look better. But I also am going to add these tiny snowflakes. So I've got a few of these that I'm going to put on the inside. They're charms, but that's okay. I'm going to add them on the inside. But for now, what I want to do is I want to ink all the edges. So I just want to go around all the edges of everything with the Scorched Timber. So let's do this piece and let's see what kind of contrast we get putting it on, laying it on the cover again. Even the back, well, this one not so much, but even some of the back looks cool. It's interesting how the oxide works. So I like the combination, and I think it goes well with the rest of the pages. So that's good. Make sure I've got this dark enough. I'll probably also do some white and gold splatters after this is put onto the front of the cover. Yeah, that actually does give it a lot more contrast, but I think it needs a little bit more. And maybe the placement of this. I wanted this to show. I love that there. So maybe we come down like this. And my plan is then this is going to come in over here. So that's my plan for that. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ink up all the rest of these. And then we're going to go ahead and get the cover done and the inside done with these pages here. So these will go inside here. And after I ink them, they will go on like this. And here. So I think that makes a nice wintry inside cover. And then I'm probably going to add some splatters on this as well. And then what I want to do is go ahead and figure out, I've decided what I want to do for sewing in the signatures, and that is I want to use some eyelets. So I have some dark eyelets here. And I have just enough for the 3 signatures. So I want to put these in the spine, and that's where I'm going to sew through to put these in. Okay, I have grunged these up. And now I want to do some splatters. So let me just show you what they kind of look like now. And when I went around the edges, there was still a little bit of white in here. So I went ahead and took my pad with the scorched timber and I just went over it just to give it a little bit more grunge. So what I want to do now is use my splatter box here. Let me see if I can get this in camera a little bit. And I want to splatter some white. So I have some white acrylic paint and I have some gold. And let's do some splattering. So I think I will do the white first. So let me dry this and then we'll splatter with the gold. Okay, the white is dry. So let's go ahead and mix up some of this gold. While I'm splattering here, so that's how that looks. I'm not going to do the gold. I think I want that more the wintry color. And I think what I want to do is add some to my cover. So let me just lay that in there. Okay, so let me set this one aside as well. We'll just let that air dry for a while. And while that's air drying and while I have my splatter box, let's go ahead and give some splatters to these little clusters. And we'll do some white. And, or maybe we should just do the gold. So I'm just going to set the whole box aside and let this dry. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get going on completing the front cover. Now, I'm not going to probably get completely done, but I want to give it a good shot on getting this stuff glued down. So I'm going to use my Fix, if you have Fabri-Tac or whatever it is you have. Press that down. And I've decided not to add any other contrast. I think with the white splatters, that really just kind of sets it off. Now what I want to do as well is I want to add a nameplate. And so I want to use brads for that. And I think I want it just to say winter. So I think what I'm going to do first is let's get this piece glued down. I want to add my nameplate. I think I want that there. So let me grab some paper and let's stamp winter on some tea dye or coffee dye paper I have. Let's try pine cone. And this is the VersaFine Clair. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. So I think that's going to be perfect. So let me just trim that down a little bit. I think that works. Okay, so let me glue this down. I'll just use my art glitter glue for this. Oh, this was double folded. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And I have some brads right here. So let me get a couple of dark ones. Okay. All right. So let me just line this up. I think that's a good spot right there. There we have it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so to wind this up, let's go ahead and glue the inside pages down. Okay, they are all glued in. Love the shimmer, love the snow, love the way it came out and how well it goes with the front cover. Super excited. And when we see the signatures inside, it just goes so well together. Absolutely loving it so far. So these are from Sizzix, I believe, and they come in packages like this. So these are the 2x2 by a 1/2 inch. So the dome, meaning the dome is a 1/2 inch. All right, so the way this works is we're going to glue this onto this circle here. So let's just get the art glitter glue. And I did distress the edges of this piece here. This is a Tim Holtz piece. And I also distress the edges of all of this. So we'll just get this centered. Press that down really good. Just going to give it a couple seconds because it's got distress ink on there. So I just want to make sure it's on there good. And then we're going to glue this down where we want it. So I think I want it right about here. So I'm going to glue this down here. I think that's where I want it. Yes. So let's press that down really good. And then we just take the adhesive off of this. So just pull that strip off, and I always add extra glue because I don't want it coming off. So just add the extra glue around the perimeter there. Try not to get it in the dome. And then we're going to add our little snowflakes in here, like that. And then we're going to put this down and center it over that bottom piece. and then push it down really well. Now I use circle dies. I use the circle dies to cut the bottom piece, and I have this set. This is what I've used. And then I used a couple of different ones to create the ring. And the ring is going to go over the top, which is going to cover up that outer edge of our dome. But first, let's just make sure that this is down good. So I'm just going to give it a good press. My fingers are pretty gluey, so I'll use this bone folder and just really press it down good. And then we're going to add glue to this. I'm just going to give this a good press all the way around. And then let it dry really good before you start, you know, kind of shaking it around. But that's pretty much how it is. I think it's pretty cool. Sorry for the glare, it's my light. Put this ring on because I do want to make a dangle. Now when the signature's in there, you won't see it. And you can always cover it up if you want to with paper. So that's our ring. And here is our temperature gauge with our little snowflakes in there. Okay, one more thing that I want to do, and then I'm going to stop for today, and that is just to put the eyelets in where I want to have them. Spine is 2 inches. So my plan is to come in 1/2 inch. So I'm going to come up 1 inch. Seems there's black all over this. You probably won't see this. Anyway, so I'm going to come up 1 inch. I'm just going to make a mark. Just a little mark right there. And also on this side. And then I'm going to come in 1/2 inch. So actually where that mark is, and then in the center, and then the other side. So actually what happens now is we have in 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch between each one. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And then in between these, I'm just going to measure. So we've got 6 inches, so I'm going to do this again at 3 inches. Time trying to see it. So let me just punch the holes. I can use my crocodile on some of them, and I'll use my big bite on the ones in the center. Okay, so let's get these set. All the eyelets are in. So this is what we look like right now. Pretty grungy, but I like it. Okay, I think that's it for today. We'll come back in the next video, and we'll be doing some decorating. We'll be grunging up some of the ephemera. I will have the signatures all sewn in, and I will also have the edges all inked up and ready to go, so we can start doing some decorating inside the journal. Okay guys, well that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you all. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye.